but I would focus the majority of my efforts on running my own show online. This is your one chance to go big and be aggressive. I mean, imagine getting that photo after that big game in your mailbox on Tuesday or Wednesday if you were a fan. But this is why we are doing it right here, okay? We are proving our business model. There's lots of opportunity out there right now for college athletes to start building their personal brand. I mean, this is what America is all about right here. You know, these great opportunities. All right, welcome back to another episode of the Power Sports Memorabilia Show. I'm your host, Matt Powers. Thank you again for joining me. Please visit the website, powersportsmemorabilia.com. Also, give me a follow over there on Instagram, @Powers Autographs. Well, on July 1st, 2021, the NCAA finally allowed all college athletes to profit from their name, image, and likeness, better known as the NIL bill. Previously, this would have been considered a major infraction and would have made the athletes ineligible to compete in college athletics. Now, this video isn't going to be about if this is right or wrong for college athletics. What this video is going to be about is what would I do if I were a college athlete to optimize my NIL while I was in college, okay? Now, my experience, of course, is centered around sports memorabilia, mainly autograph signings. So that is what this video will be tailored around, all right? These are just my own thoughts on what I would do knowing what I know now about the autograph industry. There will be many different ways athletes can profit off their NIL, and each athlete should definitely do what is best for them. But if you are a current college athlete looking to profit off your NIL, I hope this video helps you in regards to autograph signings. Each state is going to have their own laws on what is legal and what is not. So be sure to check with your athletic department or your compliance department and make sure you're always doing things the right way. So without any further wait, let's jump into this one. Now, of course, the most popular athletes on each team will profit the most from the NIL bill. You know, the star quarterback, wide receiver, the running back, or maybe even a star defensive player. Now, while they are probably the second most popular positions on the field outside of the quarterback, you know, the offense and defensive linemen probably won't see much love in as far as getting paid for their autograph in most cases. But that doesn't mean that they can't profit off of the NIL, all right? You'll just have to get a little creative in what you're doing. I'm going to talk about that in just a little bit here in this video. All right, first off, let's talk about autograph signings, as that is where most of my experience is. You know, the best players on the best programs will probably be getting approached to sign autographs. You know, whether it be a public autograph signing where you go to someone's memorabilia store, or you go do a private autograph signing where there's no public interaction, or maybe you go into a car dealership to drive traffic to their business and you sign autographs from them. You know, either way, you're going to get paid to sign autographs, which is pretty damn cool. I mean, very few people get to experience that, so definitely enjoy it while you have the opportunity. Some of the big time guys may even sign NIL deals with some of the bigger players like Vayner Sports, you know, which is Gary V's sports marketing agency. But that is not going to be the handful of guys. I mean, that is the 1% of 1% of 1%, all right? Now, how would I handle this if I was approached to sign an autograph deal in college? Well, that depends on who you are and how much of a risk taker you are. You know, big time guys, you know, like I said, the guys that are the star quarterbacks, star receivers that could potentially be a, you know, first round pick. You know, the safe and easy way is just to sign with an agency and let them handle all of your stuff. I mean, they have the most connections and systems in place to give you the most exposure and opportunity. You know, if I got presented with that opportunity, I would take that deal and I would never look back, all right? That is the best case scenario, all right? You can focus on your sport and have these guys handle everything off the field for you. But let's talk about the guys who aren't going to be first round picks, which are the majority of players right now, okay? The other 99%. What if you are a pretty good quarterback at, say, Missouri or Iowa? You know, good programs, but not programs like Alabama, USC, LSU, or Texas from a national follower perspective. Or maybe you're just one of those linemen like I just talked about. How can you profit off the NIL in relation to autograph signings? Now, here is exactly what I would do, assuming I was a halfway decent player, which I was not, but assuming I was a halfway decent player in college, here's what I would do. And if I had a little bit of a social media following to get me started, all right? So again, there has to be a few people out there who want my autograph in order for this to work. Okay, so rather than sign an autograph deal and go to someone's memorabilia store to sign autographs and get paid once, I would just do the whole darn thing myself. I would run the exact autograph signing and do it all myself online. All right? I would cut them out and sell all of my own autographs. Think about it. You can go get paid once, maybe $5 or $10 to go, sign autographs from them and watch them sell it for maybe $30 or $40. Or you could sell them yourself and make that $30 to $40 per autograph, all right? Now, yes, you could still do paid autograph signings with some of those companies here, but I would focus the majority of my efforts on running my own show online. And here's why. Number one, you are young. Most likely 18 to 21 years old. This is your one chance to start a business. Screw it up if you do and still have a roof over your head and food on your table, okay? You have the ultimate safety blanket right now, your scholarship, all right? No matter what happens in your business, your main things in life are taken care of. Your food, clothing, water, and shelter. This is your one chance to go big and be aggressive. Now, of course, in football, they have, full scholarships for everybody. The same thing in basketball. Other sports such as baseball, they have half scholarships and quarter scholarships. So this may change depending on how much of a scholarship you actually have. But here's how I would get started. All right? Now, I've made a whole previous video on this in depth on how to get your own sports memorabilia company started. So feel free to go back and watch that. I'll link it up here in this video here. But use your social media following to get you started. All right? Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, whatever platform you use, do it there. Now, what should you do on this platform? All right. Now, give your fans access to things they don't normally see, okay? Such as maybe, inside team meetings, in the video room, the hotel when you guys are traveling, talking with other players, other coaches, Give them some fun and, family-friendly entertainment and insight that they don't normally get. All right, build your social media platform off of that. And you ever seen Tom Brady on Instagram after a big win? He makes a nice little post there, kind of boasting about the win and talking about the game and everything like that. Fans absolutely love that stuff. This is the type of social media post that you will need to make in order to gain followers and increase the potential of fans for wanting your autograph. All right, next, I would make a small investment in getting a website up and running. Okay, you can start on Shopify for under $100. They have free templates that you can use there. Get you a legit and running website, place where people can, place orders and you can stay organized. Set up your eBay account, of course. That's going to be a great way for you to sell your autographs. Then I would start pre-selling the heck out of my autograph. All right, have photos, helmets, footballs, all available for sale. All right, run it for, like say, a few weeks right before the season starts. Now, keep in mind, you may or may not be able to use your school's logo for marketing. So that's something you're definitely going to want to check with your compliance department on. You want to make sure you're doing everything the correct way. All right, then after you're done with your pre-sale, go and buy all the product that you just sold and sign it. That way, you have all your money in hand. You don't have to be, struggling to go buy all this product beforehand. You could even offer, special inscriptions such as, happy birthday or, go Longhorns if you play for Texas or whatnot. Special inscriptions like that, those are so fun to do and people absolutely love those. Would definitely be a big advantage for you to offer those out. All right, once you get all the product in, you have it all signed, ready to go, have a student pack up all your orders and you can just pay them per order or give them a percentage of the sales. And, you have them running out of your dorm room or wherever you have space to operate your business. Now, let's say you have a big game on Saturday, right? Big win, you throw a couple touchdowns or you run for over 100 yards or whatever it is. Run a special right after it so you can, inscribe your stats on a photo or another item. Have it ready to ship by Monday. How cool is that? Fans love instant gratification like that. I mean, imagine getting that photo after that big game in your mailbox on Tuesday or Wednesday if you were a fan. I mean, how cool is that? You can take a picture of it, post it on social media. I mean, that is one of the coolest things that you're going to be able to do for your fans, is to have those kind of unique, kind of special items signed for them. And then again, just wash, rinse, repeat for next week. And again, you're never out of money because you're just pre-selling stuff all the time. As soon as it all sells each week, you go and buy the product, you get it in, you sign it, you have your student ship it out. Just repeat that same process over and over and over. All right, number 2, why are we doing it this way? Doesn't it seem like a lot of work? Yeah, it's going to be a lot of work. Definitely 100% it is a lot of work. And I'm sorry, but there's no way around it in life, right? You must work hard to get anywhere in life. But we aren't doing this to make money for ourselves initially. Now, yes, that is the short-term goal, and hopefully we will make some money and have a nice profitable business. But this is why we are doing it right here, okay? We are proving our business model. Now, the goal is to end up doing the same process for all future athletes coming in and out of your college and other schools potentially, okay? What you are creating now is proof to other athletes coming up in the ranks that you can take care of their orders, build them a website that makes money, and process all of their merchandise, all right? Not just autographs, but hats, shirts, etc. Whatever it is athletes want to sell, you are now the fulfillment house for them. And guess what? Since you played football or whatever, or another sport at the school, you now have an insight with all the coaching staff and also the players and the athletic department, giving you access to all future athletes. I mean, imagine if a future, number 1 pick comes to your school, and the amount of possibilities with them. I mean, just absolutely endless. Look at it this way. Football or whatever sport you are playing probably won't pan out for you, right? You just aren't making the league. The numbers aren't in your favor. But if you can prove this business model at your school in the 1 to 4 years you are there, you can have a job that you created waiting for you after you graduate. You may be thinking to yourself, but Matt, why wouldn't they just use a fulfillment house that's already set up? Why trust a new person who's got kind of an unproven, business model? Well, because people do business with people they trust and are in their inner circle, all right? As a former football player, you're going to know everything about that program. What charity events there are, who the big donors are, and what kind of businesses do they run. You have an inside look at how to maximize your future customers' marketing and fulfillment needs because you have done it yourself. You were a player there. Also, if you were somewhat, decent at your sport and had experience signing autographs for all these local sports memorabilia dealers or car dealerships, you would know what to ask for payment-wise and would have inside information on how the operation works. No fulfillment house has that info and can work on the athlete's behalf like you can. All right, number 3, how can you profit off of the NIL if no one wants to pay for your autograph? Say you're an offensive lineman on the number 1 team in the nation. Most likely no one's going to pay you for your autograph. However, there are several players on your team whose autograph is in demand. Why not approach those teammates and offer your services to them? You manage their website and order processing like I talked about above and take a percentage of each sale. You can help them manage booking outside events, run their schedule, and even find new revenue streams for them. Again, this is all about building up your business for the long term and proving the business model works. Side note, athletes, I believe, are required now to tell their school if they have signed with an agent. So you're going to want to double check with your compliance department and make sure that what you are doing for the athlete is legal and doesn't require any paperwork and is following the new law to a T. But there's lots of opportunity out there right now for college athletes to start building their personal brand. It's very, very exciting stuff. I mean, this is what America is all about right here. I mean, these great opportunities that you can either excel or fail at, but hey, at least you had the chance. If I was a college athlete right now, I would find out where I should be devoting my time so I can take full advantage of the new NIL bill, all right? Whether that be focusing on my own brand or helping my teammates do that. I really think there's just a huge opportunity out there right now for the 99% who aren't going to be a professional athlete to help those who may become professional athletes be as successful as they can off the field when it comes to autograph signings and other marketing ventures. Again, I hope you guys like this video. Very exciting times right now in the autograph industry. I really hope these college athletes take full advantage of this time. Again, don't forget to visit the website, powersportsmemorabilia.com. Also give me a follow over there on Instagram at PowersAutographs. I will see you on the next episode.